You could have
Yeah, you combine them.
Whose Line guys will be one guest host for Jeopardy. It's a great choice. And they're just like
amazing.
There's a whole category of them just performing like improv clues. This one you just have to watch Ryan Stiles for this one. What is this?
Okay. That would be okay. Anyway,
Raya
we're here to talk about
the final
Raya.
dragon, the dragon that's left.
the one that's at the end of the time, the last.
Sisu.
Sisu, played by Awkwafina.
Love that brand.
Love that water. Now Awkwafina's Awkwafina's okay. Dasani's really gross.
Yeah.
Dasani literally tastes like you're drinking salt water. But yeah, Awkwafina's nice.
I never buy it because I just buy like the cheapest water there usually.
I just drink tap water, so you know.
Ooh. How are we feeling?
How are we feeling about this movie? Well, we're not talking about it. I don't know if that's a sign. I mean, okay, I really liked it.
It's pretty good.
I really enjoyed it. It was a pretty good movie.
We can both agree on our favorite character already, I think, right?
Can we? Who's our favorite character?
Khan Baby.
That character made no sense to me.
Okay.
Can
I tell you this here? I enjoyed this movie, but it felt like DreamWorks in the way that it was like wacky, like this wacky group, and there's like it was like over the top wacky baby shenanigans, like
I felt like
and then
that was
what is his name? Tong.
Tong was he the?
He had Tong, who's the big guy with the.
So that was Benedict Wong. You immediately could tell that was Benedict Wong.
And then you had the Khan Baby with some Ongis, and he had Captain Boone, Raya, and Sisu. That was their big ragtag group they had going on.
It was a little too zany. I felt like the baby was like a huge step too far. I was like, it was funny.
The initial thing where she was like, "Really, a Khan Baby?"
Yeah, Khan Baby. Yeah, but then it was like, oh, I guess they're just joining our group now.
Khan Baby was a big pivotal part. That baby had a piece of that dragon gem at the end, and came in. Fuck Nimari.
Whoa, okay. This is a kid's film, by the way.
Spoilers. I hate Nimari.
Oh, okay.
I don't get the redemption for her, but that's all right. She shot.
Honestly, I was a little upset about that redemption too.
She shot Sisu. That was your chance. The redemption was there, and it's like,
but the way they said it was like, well, it was because Raya didn't really trust her, so it was really her fault that Sisu got shot because she was interrupting. She said, I was like, is it really though?
She said, "You're as much to blame for Sisu's death as I am."
Yeah. It's like, how? I was like, what are you talking about? Because she was right in the fact she was going to shoot Sisu, and she did. And that to me, it was just like, yeah. They're and
in your heart, you caused me to do this.
Okay. So groundwork. Awesome world, awesome concept. I really liked it. It felt like Avatar levels of interesting world.
It felt like Avatar, and also in the fact that there's that group of people that just kind of came together, and they're all like, kind of, like there's a wackiness to it, but it's also like some spiritual elements with the dragons almost.
Yeah, so there's you get the sense of like the world building in terms of the grander scale is very Avatar-esque. It's like, okay, there's these parts of this nation. They were all together at one part. They were all Kumandra at one point, but no longer. Yeah. Once the dragons were, the power of the dragons was all like very sought after by all these people. Then they fought, and when the last dragon made its sacrifice, they all sort of stayed separate. Heart was able to keep the heart of the dragon, like their power. But that made all the other nations very, very suspicious and kind of... They're all very mistrustful and not necessarily at an open war, but they're all at odds with each other, I guess you could say. There's not really a whole lot of like intermingling between. So the beginning of the film shows Raya kind of training to become a caretaker of the heart. Her father's invited all these people from these other worlds to be like to all the lands. There's got to be a reconciliation. There's got to be something we can do to kind of make it so that there can be peace between all of us, and then we can beat Kumandra again. Goes horribly wrong. Raya puts way too much trust in the wrong person, and then the whole world is basically thrown into chaos again. All the big purple monsters, names I can't remember. They're all unleashed into the world again.
Yeah.
I don't remember. They're like a chaos of some sort. They're like anti-dragon of some sort. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what they're called.
Just like the evil spirit thing in Avatar, right?
The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
There's an
evil
spirit thing?
Right?
No, not really.
There's like a whole flashback, and there's like, this evil... I don't remember the name of it.
Are you talking about Korra?
Korra.
Well, we're not talking about Korra right now.
The Avatar: The Last Airbender world.
Sequel?
Korra.
Okay, you got Rava and Vatu.
Yes.
So, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, I guess there's some elements of that. That world building is great. But then you get to stuff with like, you need more context for this Khan baby. Like you can't just introduce a Khan baby and have like almost no backstory whatsoever. It's just like, it's just a baby who just like runs cons, and it's like we just are forced to sort of accept it. And it's it's a lot to stomach.
It's like, where's your parents? And then it's like, they got turned into stone. So now this baby's just running cons to get by out here or something.
It's such a weird thing.
It's weird, but
it
still was my favorite part of the movie. Also at the same time.
Really? Was it?
Comedy.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I did like the comedy aspect of it, but it was still, it was like one of those things that was like, it was just a little too far to me. I thought all the other characters worked fine.
I didn't like when they tried to name tell us the name of the Khan baby at the end. I wanted to just keep calling it Khan baby, but it's actually named Noi.
Okay.
Because Tong looked at his collar and was like, did no one else look at his collar?
Yeah.
Or her?
Or her collar, yeah, I think it was a her.
I just wanted to keep calling it Khan baby, though.
Khan baby, yeah. Okay, so
I will
Raya there's a time skip after all the crap goes down, is unleashed, and she's betrayed by the person that she thought was her friend and really wasn't. So there's a time skip where she's trying to find the source of where she's trying to find like the source of what exactly? I'm trying to remember. It's like I think she's trying to find like where the last dragon could potentially be, because the last dragon went missing. So she's like looking for a bunch of different spots all around the whole world to try to locate where the remnants could be. And she's able to awaken the last dragon.
Yeah. And
it's played by Awkwafina, so it's very strange.
I found Sisu to be really annoying at first. She was rubbing me the wrong way. I did like when she said this beetle's got a booty. I did like that, but she was like, this beetle's got a booty.
This beetle's got a booty. She felt like a lot to handle at the beginning, but I thought the interplay between her and Raya was bizarrely well. Their friendship and their sort of like interplay, because Raya is clearly the serious straight one, and Sifu is obviously your crazy, wacky weirdo.
She like grew on me over time, because I was really annoyed.
She did. She did to me too, and I think I give it up to the earnestness of the character. I think the characters are just written well, despite the fact that it's using awkwardly modern lingo and like talking about like. Yeah,
it felt like it was a millennial dragon or like Gen Z dragon. It was like
Gen Z dragon. Well, I think Awkwafina is a millennial, and she's like in her early 30s. So
I don't relate to either of those generations.
Yeah, Zoomers.
Yeah. It felt like that, though. Like the language did feel like it was a very young thing they were going for. But I will say that the pacing of the movie was like really quick. Like in the beginning, immediately, like 2 seconds into the movie, you're into the backstory. I was like, oh wow, this is a nice change of pace. Usually it's like drawn out in the beginning, you know, you have a whole sequence leading into it, but this was like right into, here's the backstory, it's split up and everything. I was like, okay, I'm down. But then I felt like it went through the different areas so quickly, like the collecting of the, what were they, dragon gems? What was they called? Dragon gem pieces.
The gem pieces, yeah.
It was
the
like
pieces
so quick
apart.
because like they'll go to the place and then they'll have the big little title over it, like you were in Talon.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I really liked that a lot. It was like, man, we're really on an adventure here. I think that I was really getting into the film when I started doing that. I was just like, this is awesome. I loved how it's like, yeah, it felt Avengers. It felt like James Bond kind of a little bit too, in terms of like, here's this location. We're going to this new place.
But then I felt like it was so quick. Like the whole, like there was a whole old lady in this one place, Talon, and it's like you barely see any of this. Like they're there for 30 seconds. She steals it from the old lady. They're out and like on to the next place. And it was like,
I wanted to see more of that old lady. She was like kind of I'm kind of conniving, and I liked that. And
now that I'm thinking of it, I almost feel like this would have been better as a series. You know, flesh out the world like an Avatar.
That's what I was thinking. I actually thought that at the end of the movie when I saw it with the parents, because we all enjoyed it. But I was thinking, like, man, I almost feel like there's so much potential for this to have been, like, a franchise or something. And maybe they still will. But, like, this story would have worked really well as an episodic thing. Like Avatar, kind of. It could have been Disney's version of like, The Last Airbender.
Because it felt like we were spending 2 minutes in each place. And just, like, because we don't have enough time, we have to get through each of the steps. It's almost like you skip through Avatar, The Last Airbender, you know, getting all the different elements, like, really quickly, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like I didn't really have any attachment to each of the places. So then by the end, when you have the Kumandra coming together, it's like, okay, I know some of those people, but not really that much. It's like, okay, there's just everybody.
The Kumandra works because of how because all of Raya's gang kind of are they're all the sort of, I think to me it was them that were sort of the bond that were showing like to the rest of the world, like, we can all kind of get along, work together. So
and even those, I feel like the characters, I mean, like Tong was like really just, he got into the mix really. It was
quickly. It was like the beginning of Act 3 is when Tong sort of showed up. Yeah.
And then you know Khan Baby's just there. And then she's just part of the gang. So I feel like if it was like Avatar: The Last Airbender through like seasons or episodes, so it would have been cooler because you grow more attached to them, get to know like each of the different areas, like Talon, Spine, all the different areas more well.
To me, what would have been really interesting if, I think what they did with Tong worked really well, because I like the idea that he's like the last guardian of the peace, and he's just like his whole nation's just completely gone. I like that idea, but I almost feel like if we were going with like introducing him earlier into the film, is maybe somebody who's going on a similar quest, and have him kind of like, I don't know, be maybe more at odds with the group, and then he maybe shows back up towards when they come there, and he's there, he's guarding. Maybe the reason he left was he was off looking for the pieces too, kind of like a couple of the other characters were, and then he decided to just go back home when I don't know. There's any number of things I think they could have done with him to introduce him earlier, maybe. Because it was sort of like, it was just, I liked him a lot, but it was sort of like too little of that character.
It's like they felt like they needed to throw in these people because they needed to have all these people there for the gem piece moment at the end. There, each person have a piece for a little bit. So it's like they needed to fit in a number. So it's like, let's get him in real quick. But yeah, I feel like the world is great, and like even Tuk Tuk is kind of like an Appa too, and the big creature part of the group.
Yeah, I was getting some Appa vibes from that too. Yeah, for sure.
So that would have been interesting. Overall, I thought it was a good movie, but it wasn't like the most amazing modern Disney movie.
So the thing also that I think, in terms of what I think the movie did the strongest in terms of world building, I think the greater world building, and the visuals. I mean, you could say this with any Disney film these days, but like this is some of the most stunning, absolutely gorgeous CG animation I've ever seen. Um, I loved the art direction of this movie. It was so great. It's going after a region that's not really like focused on a lot, Southeast Asia. So you have like the Philippines and Vietnam.
Yeah.
You got huge. There was one time where they were sort of like going through this like the mountain pass. There was like a river through like a mountain pass, straight out of Vietnam. It was amazing how gorgeous the landscapes were, and I really loved that. I thought they did such a good job of capturing the feel of Southeast Asia in terms of the geography of how it looks.
And the backdrop, it's just such a great backdrop for it. Like, I love the environment, and Raya herself is awesome. Like, her character design and the way she expresses herself is really interesting, and she's like a badass with that hat on.
Yeah,
some really cool shots with her. We got
she's a really cool character. I almost feel like I was almost a little like I like her a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like you could tell that they were really like making her almost more of like a Marvel hero than like a Disney princess, and that's fine. I just hope that they don't continue to do that, because I don't want to say like, oh well, girls can't be badass, because I don't want to say that at all. I don't want every film to feel like a Marvel film now, because Disney's been doing Marvel films. They're doing them very successfully. They've been doing female heroes very successfully, especially of the last few films. I just don't want every Disney princess film to feel like a Marvel film from now on. And I feel like they're smart enough not to do that, but that was kind of one thing that I was a little hesitant to just be like, yeah, embracing that, because it was like, it's good. This movie's really good, and I love Raya. I think she's a great character, and I love like this is almost like a revenge story, like parts of it, because while she's trying to save the world, there's an element of like revenge built into it, which I find really compelling. That's like one of my favorite like story like hooks. The revenge. That's something that I've in my D&D characters. That's something I really try to like go after in terms of backstory. If not revenge, at least like something an element of something darker. I like that in a hero, and overcoming that is always to me like the interesting thing of a character arc.
Yeah. And
I don't know how much I really liked the conclusion of the film, of how we just get over our ills super easily, because it's like she killed Sifu. Her
Sisu,
what was her Sifu? I call it Sifu.
Master Shifu.
Master Shifu. No, Sifu is also the martial arts expert. Sifu. What was it? Sifu. Oh, no, Sifu is the name for whatever. I'm getting my lingo confused. Anyway, what was Raya's rival's name? Like her the undercut girl, Namari. Also a really cool character design, by the way. But yeah, man, what a meanie, and they just accept her immediately.
This is another thing where it's like, if this was an Avatar: The Last Airbender series style, I feel like Namari could have more of like a Zuko kind of thing going for her. So
conflict, a lot of conflict.
Like, it was a rushed version of that, but there wasn't even like much of a redemption. It was just kind of like at the very end, she had no choice. Like the gems were given to her, and then she's like, okay, well, do this.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, big hug, you're part of the group too. It's like, you didn't do anything to earn that, really.
It's like yeah, it felt like you could have had some sort of. It felt like, I don't know. It felt totally unearned. It's like if.
It's like she had a choice. Here was the point where you make the right choice. Don't shoot Sisu. She shoots Sisu, and then it's like, well, we still need you, so we're gonna trust you, even though we don't trust you. Raya's gonna.
Yeah.
I'll make the first move or something, she said, and then she like stonifies herself and puts it in motion. So where it's like, okay, I guess we have to give it to Namari now. We have to give.
It's a very truncated Zuko. It's like a truncated. Yeah.
So it's
like a truncated Vegeta, like, it's like that archetype where it's like the rival character, and it's like all of a sudden, you're good now, and it's like, no, you have to earn that a little bit. But I didn't feel like we got much of that. other than just like, no, I want to help the world too. And it's like, okay, well.
I'm telling you, I didn't even think about that before this, but talking about WandaVision before, how it worked as a series. Now it's like, everything makes sense. Raya would have been much better as a series.
Yeah.
Then again, like, looking at Raya from the outside, I don't know if I would even have watched it, like, if it was a series, because I don't know, it would be like, oh, it's just like a random little kids show that Disney's doing again, But I think looking at it,
I feel like they could have advertised it in a certain way. I mean, granted, they do have a up and down track record in terms of like with their young adult aimed series. Yeah. Tron Uprising, I don't think did nearly as well as they wanted it to. I've heard more things recently about how good that series is. Some people saying it's like the best Tron media, and these are people that say really high things of the other Tron stuff. I really need to watch Uprising. It is on Disney Plus, so I do plan on doing it at some point. As a huge Tron fan, I can't believe I haven't watched it yet. But that series didn't really do very well for them. I don't think it didn't do very well with the merchandise. I don't think the ratings were very good. I think they threw it on Disney XD though, so that probably didn't help anything. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So at the end of the day,
they have Disney Plus now.
I'm thinking 7.5. That's my score.
Yeah, I'm a little torn. I'm torn between that and an 8. I think even though I do have some problems with the ending, it still overall worked on an emotional level to me. The connection between Raya and her father, we didn't really talk much about that, but that worked extremely well. I thought that was a very heartfelt. Yeah. What a wholesome character. Like
wholesome character, yeah.
Just a great character. I really liked her dad a lot.
I mean, that
is sort of the emotional
through line. It's a wholesome
line.
Message in general. I mean, we didn't talk about it. The whole, I guess, the message is that we should be more trusting.
Be more willing to
each other.
Yeah, be more willing to show that we need each other, and yeah, it is a good. I'd say it's a good overall message.
It's a coming together thing, It's like despite our differences, they came together in the end for Kamandra.
Yeah.
Even though you might have to go through some of the freaking humans being awful and killing each other before
humans being awful and
ultimately we'll get it right. Yeah, Kamandra.
But Namara's kind of a toxic person though, so I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna have to echo 7.5. Yeah. It just didn't quite rise above some of the other. I really like this film. I look forward to watching it again. It didn't quite rise to the levels of like Moana for me. Maybe it was just I don't know if it was like the lack of songs. I didn't necessarily think it needed this. Something like this definitely didn't need songs. I think that was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might have felt really weird if it had songs.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Baby could have got something going. I don't know.
It was just kind of missing something, and I think it was just I think it was the pacing being a little rushed.
Yeah.
I think that had a little bit more time to breathe.
Yeah, man.
But like, I don't know. Yeah. As a series, it would have worked a lot better. I felt like as a movie, structurally it was paced well, but it was just too quick. And as a series, it would have worked better because then you would have had more time to flesh characters out. So
we were missing the Baby musical number. That's what we were missing.
That's what we're missing. That's for sure.
Justice for Kelly Marie Tran is here.
Yeah, no, she was awesome. I thought I thought her voice job was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing performance. I thought there was a lot of nuance. She was great. Noir. L.A. Noir. Press X to doubt. I really enjoyed her in this film. You have to look
at the facial expression in this movie to really, you gotta see what's going on in their head.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of layers there. Again, art direction, animation, world building, second to none. Characters are good.
Can't wait for the spin-off movie Con Baby, where she gets up to all sorts of trouble and hijinks with her. What are they? Ongies. Yeah, she gets into wild trouble with her con jobs. All right.
Anyway,
so that gives us a Tarqaron score of 7.5.
Yeah. Yep. I think that fits. That works. Like I said, I really liked it. I would easily watch it again. I didn't hate the movie. I just thought I wish it could have been risen above a little more. But now that I paid $30 for it, I mean, I might as well watch it again. So.
Yeah, I don't know about the $30 situation.
Yeah, I hope that that better not. That better be. We better be quick ending now that we have the vaccine up and at 'em. I don't want to keep shelling that out. I don't think
it was really worth that, but it's if you have a family.
I don't necessarily think it was. Yeah, if you have a family,
you know people, maybe get them.
To me, it was worth it to treat my parents. My parents both. I think they both liked it probably more than I did. I really enjoyed it. They probably liked it a lot more than I did. They acted like they did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Having them, it was like I paid for the movies for them. Basically, is kind of what it felt like. So that's how I took it.
All right, let's. What video should our viewers watch?
They should go check out our review of Lady and the Tramp with Rusty, our guest.
Was so much you want to see more?
You want to see? No, it was not, and you should check it out and see our. I gave it 6, I think.
I think we gave it an 8, so that's better than Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, you did, and I don't know what the heck you were watching. You must have been watching a different movie or something. I don't know.
So
but no, it was not.
Dogcatcher versus Con Baby. Who wins?
Dogcatcher. He's a man.
Yeah, but Con Baby
he's got a big net.
Con Baby was really doing some crazy stuff.
It's true.
Did you see when her diaper fell off, and then the Ongies put her diaper on for her while she was running?
Yeah, it was kind of wild. It was weird.
It was wild. You had to be there.
That was wild. Yeah, it was wild. You had to be there. Alrighty. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our podcast feed. Like the video. Leave a comment. Hit the notification bell. Like us on Facebook. And follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron TWO. Alright.